Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I am LadySmitan, and today's video is a speed build which is fairy tale inspired, which I'm trying to do for the month of October because everyone does sort of spooky themed things during the month of October, obviously because of Halloween, and lots of people do lots of Disney things in The Sims, which is quite popular, but I thought I wanted to do traditional fairy tales because I haven't seen anyone really do anything like this. So it's going to look pretty strange for a while whilst I'm messing around with the shapes and trying to get it how I wanted it to. And I had to do a test run of this before I actually started recording to try and get it how I wanted it. And I'm quite happy with how it turns out in the end. But basically guys, I built a shoe, which is something I never thought I would do in The Sims. So yep, that's what we did. We are building a shoe right now from the fairy tale The Little Old Woman Who Lived in a Shoe, and that, if you don't know, is a story basically about an old woman who lives in a shoe, as the title says, and she adopts lots of children, so lots of children live in the shoe with her, which is sort of what I've gone with. I created a family to go along with this build as well, which are on my gallery, which is LadySmitan on Origin, and the house should be up today, hopefully. I'll try to remember to do that, but it's a very unusual shaped house, as you'll see whilst I'm doing the floor plans, and the bedrooms are all very small and it's all very old and run down looking. But that's sort of what I wanted to go with because it is just, as I say, some random old woman who adopts a bunch of children. And it's quite interesting getting the shoe shape. I couldn't get anything to look like laces, sadly. I probably could have figured something out, but it was just taking forever, so I ditched that idea, and I feel it looks shoe-like enough. I'm currently building on a lot in Newcrest, but later on I move it to the 40 by 30 or 40 by 20 lot. I can't remember how big it is actually. In Windenburg, in sort of like the rural area near like the Shrieking Llama and all that stuff. So it suits that area a bit more. I have a plan to do a lot more fairy tale builds. I'm currently working on one, and I've posted a bit of a sneak peek on my SimsAmino if you want to go check it out and see what I'm working on there. I mess around with the colours. I wanted it to be a brown boot, basically, is the look of this shoe, but we go with the wallpaper from Spooky Pack because it's all weathered and old looking. And then I changed the roofing tile to, I don't remember if, I think it's a base game roofing tile, I don't really know, but it looks really old and sort of like it needs replacing, so it looked quite good. I feel it suits quite well. Underneath the toe cap area of the shoe is actually another room, which I don't decorate in this video because it's very hard to decorate rooms that are built under roofing pieces. If you've not tried it, it's actually, when you're in build mode, it doesn't really let you see the walls. You can only go in it if you do walls completely down, which means you can't really decorate the walls and put things on the walls because they're all the wrong heights and blah 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 blah. So I've sort of just left that room blank, and you can do what you want with it. You can decorate it to be a master bedroom or another sort of like entertainment kids room area, or whatever you really want to use it for if you do decide to download this house. And yeah, so the family I made for it are called the Shawl family, which I thought was quite funny. It was randomized, but I thought, yeah, I'm keeping that because in England, I'm not sure if it's anywhere else, but Shawl is a make of foot care products, so I thought that worked quite well to have the Shawl family live in a shoe. So yes, there's not much I can say really whilst we're doing through all this stuff. I'm putting in windows and just trying to figure out, I wanted all the old windows and everything to be wonky and not in line with each other, so it looks a little bit dilapidated, I suppose is what I'm trying to think of. And there's the different wallpaper and the different shingles on the roof. I think that's what they're called. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I posted a sneak peek of this as well on SimsAmino, and it seemed to like get a good reaction, so hopefully this video gets a pretty good reaction too. I'm looking forward to seeing what people think and if they like this idea. And as I say, I have more ideas to do lots of different old fairy tale based builds, which I'm going to do hopefully before I go away to Devon, so I can have them scheduled and upload them whilst I'm away, because it would be cool to have like one at least for each week, if not two for each week of October. And then, I don't know, maybe sorry, I've got a bad throat. Maybe if I don't get them all done, I can continue them on to November, because they are fairy tale builds, they're not like Halloween builds, but I thought it'd be quite cool to have like the fairy tale-esque idea going on with the Halloween scheme of builds sort of thing. But yeah, so, and I was meant to get this out much sooner than I have. I'm not actually sure when this video will be posted. I was actually meant to do this voiceover and everything else a lot sooner as well, but that didn't happen. But we're here now, and that's what matters. But I keep saying but, which is really bad as well. I'm just so not used to recording at the moment, as I say pretty much in all of my videos, but I just take so many breaks between them whilst I'm stressing out about what to do next, which is really bad, and I'll get a grip eventually. I've had a lot more stress going on this last couple of weeks though, because I have a gallery show that I have to do artwork for, and apparently it's been planned since I left university as a fellow, which I can't be bothered really explaining what that is, but last year sort of time. Apparently I was meant to know about it all along, and I didn't, because it was not very well scheduled or planned, I guess. But I'm doing it now, so I have to get together a bunch of artwork for that, so that's fun. Luckily I was doing some book work with some guy a while ago, so I have some images that I can use, but I need to finish some other ones, and I don't need that many, I only need like 5 or 6, but I have like a week to do that, and that's pretty stressful. And then I'm not even here for the gallery show. I will be in Devon on a holiday, which will be awesome, but you know, also really annoying that I won't be here for something that I'm so stressed about right now. But yes, now we are back onto the build, working in the kitchen, and I used all the old appliances and really dark countertops and the weathered paneling on the walls, but I made it the green colour because I thought she'd obviously like decorated a little bit. She wasn't going to keep it all the same brown. Try and add a little bit of colour here and there. And a really long table so it fits all of the Sims around, but it's all mismatched chairs, and everything in this house is a little bit sort of unique, a bit quirky, maybe a bit eccentric, I suppose is how you'd class it. And she's got like a little chair out the front there so she can like watch the kids as they play out in the front garden. Putting in the old floorboards and some stone because I like that stone. I thought it looked quite nice and still quite old-fashioned-y because she is an old woman, so she's got lots of old-fashioned stuff in her house. Lots of old items, lots of old... I made all the bathrooms the same. I was pretty lazy, to be honest, with the bathrooms. All the furniture in the bathrooms are different, but all the wallpapers and floorings are the same because they're very strange-shaped bathrooms. It's not going to be much of a feature. They are just there because there's so many Sims living in this house that they needed to have somewhere to all get ready. So there is just a toilet on the bottom floor, which is a bit like that really random shaped room there, and there's the toilet. And then on the second floor there's another bathroom with a shower, and on the third floor there are 2 bathrooms, one with just a toilet and a sink, and then one with a bath and shower and toilet and sink, I think. I'm pretty sure, yeah, because I kind of gave her like the old lady an ensuite bathroom, there it is, with just the toilet and sink, so she wouldn't have to fight with all the kids all the time to use the bathroom. But yeah, nothing very exciting in there. I focused more on the living room, trying to make that look all a bit eclectic and all jumbled up. I quite liked it, so like an antique shop where everything's like really random and collected over the years and nothing really matches, but it still works, if that makes sense. Like, I think it works. I think it looks quite cool. And I used the new candles, which came with the Day of the Dead event, which are really cool. They go really well with lots of the movie hangout stuff. And just piling some rugs on top of each other, trying to make it look a bit all over the place, not organised. That's sort of the vibe that I wanted to have. Whew. Oh, sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice already, and we've only just started. I gave her that bed with the twisted natural wood because I thought it looked quite fairy tale like and quite cool. All the kids have different beds because it's all mismatched furniture, nothing but furniture, nothing is the same. Everything's just sort of thrown together, and I thought that's quite cool. And then there's all the sort of, lots of it's probably uncomfortable furniture, but I thought it looked cool. It sort of fitted the aesthetic that I was going for, and that's sort of what mattered more to me than the comfort levels. And I will probably, by the end of these fairy tale builds, whenever that is, if I do just do it for October or if I carry it on afterwards, I will have maybe a showcase video with like the whole town, because I'm sort of filling up one save file with all of my fairy tale builds is my plan. So they'll all be there, and I think that'll be quite cool. At this point I just put loads of furniture in the front because I'm just like, oh yeah, I want to use this and I want to use that and I want to use this. Most of it I do not use, I delete a lot of it in the end. And we move lots pretty soon after this, I think. I had to take breaks, so I know that there's like a jump at some point here where I'm on a different lot, and that's when I continue with the furnishings and stuff. I got interrupted a few times as well during this recording, so that didn't really help. Whew. But yeah, I'm trying to get some pre-recording done before I go to Devon, and it's the first time I'm ever doing this sort of thing, so that's also a bit stressful, along with the gallery stuff that I really wish I didn't have to do. But it's the first year illustration and animation students have been involved in it, so I kind of feel I have to represent, even though effort. But anyway, how are you guys doing? Hope you're having a fabulous October time. Oh, I am excited for Devon. It'll be nice to get away and have a break and just be somewhere different and experience something new. So that'll be quite fun, and hopefully be active because I haven't been that active lately, which is quite bad. I only do Pilates once a week and I should probably be doing it more. But it's just hard fitting everything in all the time, you know? It's very stressful. I probably should do meditation and then I wouldn't be so stressed. And I'm sorry that I keep talking about it. But yes, I put the logs there because there is a fireplace in this build, which I don't often do in builds, but I felt it's an older house, so they would be heated in an older way. Like, I know there isn't actually heating in The Sims, but if there were heating systems, they wouldn't have like central heating, they'd just have a fireplace in each room, which they don't have in each room here, but they have one, and I felt like that'd probably like create enough heat to fill the floors upstairs. I don't know. Science, heat rises, that kind of thing. And I tried to put in all the things that kids would want to have, but on a old lady's budget. So they've got like a really old computer, and they've only got the one, and then they've got a really old TV, and they've got like painting easel and stuff. So they have things to build skills and things to have fun on, but it is all like super old and looks like second hand and that kind of thing, because I thought that looked cool. I think in the kids' rooms as well, I do have, in each room they've got a different item. So one room has the teddy bear, one room has a toy chest, one room has a bookcase, which I think is the only bookcase in the house because I kind of forgot until the end. A little wind chime out there, which was quite funny. I had what's her name? There's a teenage girl who lives in the family, and I had her sitting out there, and she's like an insider and hot-headed and popular and all this stuff, and she was really angry because of the wind chime, which I didn't know was something that could happen. So apparently, yeah, your Sims can be enraged by wind chime noises, thinking it's annoying, whereas I personally think it's quite soothing. But you know, each to their own. We're only like halfway through. Got so much more to say, or that I have to think of to say. And it's not easy. I suppose I could be lazy and find some music or something to fill up the space, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to just have big things of music over my builds. I'd rather like talk to you guys and talk about what I'm doing, because the whole point of me having YouTube is to get better at communicating with others, so that's what I'm trying to do, and it'd be very pointless to then put music over it and not communicate. Oh, here we go. We have now moved to Windenburg, and I am putting everything that I think I want out and about. I get rid of that archway, even though I thought it would have been cool, but they didn't need it, so we get rid of it. There's the kids' climbing frame, monkey bars type thing. I tried to make sort of a worn out path with the different stones. Like there's the one where it's like the full stone, and the one where it's like got the grass in between each bit, and they sort of like blend together, and then I put some dirt around it to make it look a little bit more faded and worn away. There's the moving hangouts tree that I love with the lanterns on and like a little fireplace and stuff. There I'm sort of like making it look a bit more worn by taking away some of the terrain paint and adding in all the dirt and stuff to make it look a bit more real. There's a gardening section out front for the old lady, because that's important, because I feel like she'd grow a lot of her own things to feed the kids, because she doesn't have lots of money, because she is an old woman on a pension. Yeah, I'm just putting in lots of little decorations. Have you even started the bedrooms? No. Whoops. I've put beds in, and that's as far as I've gotten, apparently. So I think I was sort of not sure what I wanted to do with them, so I kind of left them to last, which is often a thing where I focus a lot on the downstairs and then eventually figure out what I'm doing upstairs. But yeah, I have playtested because the kitchen is a bit cramped here. I've moved the table a little bit before I'm going to upload it because they were sort of having a bit of an issue getting around one way, and I've moved like the painting easel and stuff, so it's all accessible, it's all usable. I did playtest it, make sure it all worked, and it's all fine, and everyone can use the beds and stuff, and it's all good. Sorry, I just need to take another drink. Oh, this is like the second video that I've recorded today, so my voice is not happy, and I know that sounds weak. It's like 2 videos and my voice is out, but I had to record the first one twice and then this one, so I'm like all raspy and gross. I also get a really dry throat before recording because I'm so nervous, which is so lame, but yeah. So as you can see, I'm just putting in all of the random trinkety stuff. I've just destroyed that wall, so I fixed that in a bit. Whoops. The hallways are very dark, like not good lighting in them, because I thought you'd have like candles, cause it's a bit more fairy tale, old-fashionedy, which I quite liked. Random wall decorations everywhere. I've kept a lot of the wood panelling on the inside and then added little areas where they'd have like wallpaper that like the kids might have chosen or that she's put in there to sort of make it a bit more child-friendly and whimsical. And I suppose one of the bedrooms is quite feminine, one of the bedrooms is quite masculine, and then the last bedroom sort of like gender neutral, because I didn't really know what kids I was going to make at first. I just knew I was going to make a lot of kids and an old woman to be the family that would live in the shoe. I was trying to fix there so I could maybe build into that room, but it's just, as you can see, the roof wasn't letting me, so that didn't happen. So there is an empty room for you to do with what you wish. You can delete it, or you could build something in it. I don't know. I'd like to know what people do with it. It'd be quite cool. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I probably will just leave it for now. But maybe in the future, if I need more space, I'll edit it. I don't know. I'm not sure how often I'll actually play with all my fairy tale characters. It'll be quite fun. Maybe do a let's play. I don't know. Because I have so many ideas for all the different like characters that I want to have and all the different personalities and things. And like silly punny names to go with the stories. Like, oh, I don't want to give it away because it's in the next one. But as I said, this family's the Shawl family because it's like, that's a shoe foot joke thing. Well, only if you're like in England and know about the brand, I suppose. Unless it is in other countries, I don't know. But to me, it's funny because I know that, and now you know that if you've watched this video. So you're in on the joke, ha ha ha. And there's other ones which will come up and I will talk about more in those videos that correspond with it. And as you can see, I'm just putting in like loads of kids, like clutter and junk and stuff to make it look like they've sort of added their own little personalities to the room. But in this house, it's sort of like a foster situation, I suppose. So the kids would always cycle through. Like once the 2 teenagers are old enough and leave, she will foster 2 more children and stuff like that. So the rooms will probably be forever evolving to suit the needs of all the different kids, which is quite cool. I quite like that idea. Where are we up to? Not too long left in the video. I'm just lots of last minute decorations. I think it's the landscaping that I must leave till the end because I didn't really know what to do for that. And the landscaping isn't super complicated. Normally I go quite detailed, I feel. And I do enjoy going more detailed with things like that. But this one I didn't because I felt like it's in the woods and I didn't want to have too much trees hiding it away. It's in like a clearing in the woods, we'll say. So there's enough trees that it looks a little bit out there, and it's in the middle of the rural area of Windenburg, so all the trees around there sort of like help. And there's like an old well at the back, which I think, yeah, she'd get her water from there sort of thing. That'd be quite cool. There's a random snail sculpture because I thought it was really cute and I wanted to use it somewhere, so that's in a bunch. There he is, in a couple of trees at the back and a couple of overgrown bits. So I just thought like add in some trees and some overgrown plants around it, but nothing too much. And a bit of an old wall, which I don't completely finish. I'd have it as if like parts of it are broken away, and I quite liked that look. But yes, and then we'll be coming up to the screenshots, the screen shots. Oh god, I can't say that shortly. And you can see some of the characters in there. You'll see the old woman who I can't remember her name, which is bad. I can't remember any of their names, to be honest. And there is one of the teenagers out the front talking to the welcome wagon in one of the pictures, because I thought it was quite a cool little picture to have. But yeah, so just some flowers and stuff to make it look a bit cuter, some overgrown hedges, because I like to do that look where the walls sort of decayed and hedges grown over it and nature's taken over again. And I think, yep, we're at the end of the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching if you did, and if you did like it, please don't forget to leave a like or a comment, or if you're new, feel free to subscribe. That would be super awesome. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!